Yo, what is up guys? This is Troy D from the Troy D 24/7 Mall channel, on point reviews all day, every day. Well, today is another amazing day for an amazing review and another crazy fragrance, and this one is a long time coming, folks. I've actually owned this fragrance for a few months now, but again, it's the weather, guys. It's the weather, it's the climate, it's the season that really makes me want to release the video review at this time. Now this fragrance right here is probably for a lot of y'all a masterpiece. To me, it's close to a 10 out of 10. It's a huge buzzword in the niche collector community, guys, and is a must try if you have never tried it yet. This fragrance is none other than Parfums Mdci's Chypre Palatin. That's right, Chypre Palatin, guys. Now Chypre, as you guys know, is a famous type of perfume, and how a Chypre is made, or what the usual notes are for Chypre, is basically citrus notes on the top with some cistus labdanum and oak boss on the base and some slight animalic notes. And actually, the house that makes a lot of good Chypre is Roja Dove, in my opinion, okay? But this one here, guys, Parfums Mdci Chypre Palatin, oh my gosh, man. I really gotta talk about this. I'm gonna hack this fragrance for you guys. What can you expect from this fragrance? And believe it or not, the Palatin here, the word Palatin, has something to do with the fragrance as well. So I will be talking about that today. Hang on tight and clutch on your wallet today. You might be buying this after the video. Let's hit the music. Okay, we're back, guys. Parfums Mdci Chypre Palatin. Okay, so this one right here is a huge buzzword, guys. Actually, it's very popular in the niche circles, okay? And you're probably wondering, why don't I have that big bottle? Actually, as a collector, there are times where, we kind of get bored with our current collection, and then we look for a fragrance that not only is pretty hyped in the community, but it's also like a buzzword, like something really popular. I mean, to me, hype is healthy, okay? Don't get me wrong, guys, okay? When I do no hype reviews, I talk about hyped fragrances, right? In a no hype manner. But to me, hype is quite healthy because sometimes, in a lot of cases, actually, hype points you towards the right direction. And in this case, I mean, Chypre Palatin did it for me. However, right when I was gonna buy a full, like, big bottle of it, of course, some friends of mine in the gray market were basically saying like, oh, I know a guy who knows a guy who has like all these little ones, right? The small ones that are like, I think these are maybe 10 ml or even more, I'm not sure. But anyways, one guy in the gray market, actually, he had like the whole collection of these, and he was selling them for, I think, 70 bucks or something, okay? And that included Invasion Barbar, Amber Top Copy. So eventually, guys, that's what I got. And I mean, I don't regret it, because even if I've used this more than a handful of times, I mean, this is only how much I've used, really, okay? And these bottles right here, they're like corkscrew bottles right here. He told me that you can actually put an atomizer top here, but it didn't work for me, okay? I didn't have that. So instead, what I did is that I have this funnel right here, and then basically, yeah, I just put the juice through the funnel, and then the funnel right here is the atomizer. So here's the atomizer that I have been using for Chypre Palatin, okay? But again, $70, and I mean, there's no way I'm gonna finish this anytime soon. But yeah, it comes in these, and I believe this is also available through MDCI, okay? I think $90 for 5 of these or something like that. But I got it for 70 for, I think, 7 or something like that. Real crazy deal. Anyways, let's go spray Chypre Palatin right now. Woo! Oh man. Woo! Dang, so good, guys. Okay, so Chypre Palatin, guys, has a very, very impactful opening, okay? And first and foremost, this thing here is strong and potent, okay? It's very strong and potent. I just know it usually when I do my first sprays, because I mean, I do different perfumes. Sometimes I do creeds and rosias, and then sometimes I'll go with the clones, which are like, you know, they're packed with a lot of strength. And then, but this one right here, this one is on a higher strength level, probably I would say a 9 out of 10 strength level. So that strength level of the opening actually helps with the initial impact. The thing that really makes Chypre Palatin's opening really impactful is the fact that it's very complex, okay, and that it will put you into like different sensations as you are smelling this lovely opening of Chypre Palatin. Now let me describe the opening for you guys. For me, the one that touched base really quickly is the soapy aldehydes, okay? So this one will have an aldehydic intro, soapy aldehydes, bright soapy aldehydes. Definitely guaranteed to wake you up, guys. And then with the aldehydes, the other main note that comes in here is of course the cistus labdanum, okay? So you have the labdanum here, and the labdanum provides sort of like a light musk, a little bit of sweet ambery touch, and I mean, and that really is what sets the tone. It's that ambery touch. And then you are going to have the lovely citrus of tangerines. So you're gonna have some tangerines come in, which matches perfectly with the aldehydes. Cistus labdanum warms this up, and then you have some florals, guys. You're gonna have a nice lavender note with some hyacinth, okay? Some really nice soft floral hyacinth with the lavender, and then you're gonna have some really green galbanum, okay? So there's a green note here. It's sort of like the lavender, I think there's thyme as well. It's lavender, thyme, galbanum, and hyacinth. Floral greens come in, and it's sort of like the contrast, guys, okay? Because really when you first smell this, it's really, first off, the soapy aldehydes, it comes in, you're like, wow, aldehydes, and then labdanum, like I said, that really, you know, musky, ambery labdanum, slightly animalic actually, labdanum comes in, and then boom, you're gonna get the tangerines, and then you're gonna get the florals, that lavender, and the green galbanum. This opening is really crazy, guys, okay? And the moment you smell this, you will really know that you're wearing something complex. You know, this ain't your average perfume. You know you're wearing something complex, something that will really take you through a journey, if you will, as you are wearing Chypre Palatin. Now, this opening part lasts very long, okay? Very long, okay? It doesn't transition quickly into the mid notes, okay? But maybe after 40 minutes or maybe 45 minutes, it's gonna slowly transition, guys, okay? The iris starts coming out here, and it's a nice transition from the aldehydes, the soapy aldehydes, go straight into the iris. And I mean, we've seen that in a few perfumes, guys. RDHP, in my opinion, has this same type of combination where the aldehydes and the iris kind of work together right here. And then the other main note is also rose. So you're going to get rose here as well. And then you're going to have some white florals in the background. You're going to have some jasmine. You're going to have some gardenia in the background. It's just, I mean, these two white florals are just nice additives, and they really make it, again, very multi-dimensional. The other main note here on the mid part is plum, guys. So plum comes in real lovely, comes in right here and just adds another dimension, guys, to the mid. One thing I can say, and this is for people also who have tried this one, is that the sensation stays the same. You know, what I'm saying is from the aldehydes, sort of like musky, and then it goes into the iris. There's a very similar sensation, guys, okay? Maybe you can say slightly powdery. And then floral, guys, okay? Multi-dimensional florals here on the mid part of Chypre Palatin. On the way to the dry down, obviously, you're gonna get some oak moss, okay? It's gonna get mossy. You know, you're gonna get some nice oak moss, part of the Chypre formula right here. But the thing too is that it continues the sweet ambery trend that actually starts happening right from the labdanum in the beginning. But then here you've got really a lot of those. You've got benzoin, you got styrax, you got vanilla here to really turn it into a sweet ambery scent. is really lovely, warming, of course, perfect for fall, winter when it gets sweet and ambery. And then, of course, you do have those animalic notes. Per the Chypre formula, you have some castoreum, you have some costus, which is, you know, sort of like a note that balances it out to the animalic side. But I will say this, that the animalic notes here are not that strong, and it's not even enough to really truly offset the sweetness of the amber. I think that you're gonna get a sweet, warm amber oak moss dry down with some slight animalic notes right there from the dry down of Chypre Palatin. Now there is a leather accord here, guys, but you know what? I heard that the vintage one, the vintage version of this has more leather. This one right here, it's hard to smell this type of leather. Maybe it's like really embedded, or maybe I don't have the patience to smell this all the way to the super dry down to smell any type of leather. But there is a leather accord here, guys. And the thing is, though, is that this dry down also has Immortelle. And Immortelle, guys, it smells sort of like burnt sugar or maple, something like burnt sugar. And so really it's hard to discern this this leather here in Chypre Palatin. It's really hard to discern it, for it to really come out on its own, because if it were, I mean, you have the sweet ambery notes, and then you still have Immortelle, which is that burnt sugar. So you really don't know which part is the leather. In my opinion, I really can't detect it as much here, but like I said, I've heard it from people that on the vintage version, it's much stronger, not from this version, which is, I'm sure, not the vintage. This should be probably, you know, last few years. Let's talk about the name right here of Chypre Palatin. Palus is Palatin, basically. And basically the perfumer talks about this, and he says that the sensation of wearing Chypre Palatin is basically like going through huge parts of a palace, like an Italian palazzo, and going through these huge parts or huge blocks of the palace, you know. And if you guys have ever taken a tour, for example, of any palace, whether it's in England or France or Italy, I mean, you guys know this, right? There's these huge pieces of the palace that you get to watch and really take in for a while. And you know, these are long walking tours, right? And then especially with the guide. But anyways, it's the same here, okay? Smelling this is like going through 3 huge parts of a palace, and you get to really take everything in. Nothing is rushed, zero, nothing. You get to sit back, smell it, enjoy it. And that's every single piece, because this one, like I told you guys, is very potent, and it also lasts long. And the stages, like I said, they do not transition quickly. They do not go from start to finish really quick. You get to enjoy every single part. And also the fact that some of the notes here are sort of precursors of each other. You have the labdanum, which is usually on a base note, really here at the top note, sets up that ambery animalic tone. And then later on, you've got the benzoin, you got the styrax, you got the castoreum to sort of catch up with it. And then you have the aldehydes that turn into the iris, that turns into the rose, right? Guys, I mean, this is a really nice sensation. And I mean, you can't go wrong with the overall experience for this. Now, there are some people that say, you know, this is for older type people. I mean, to me, this is for a connoisseur, okay? This is for a connoisseur. The functionality of this is simple. It's taste. That's it, okay? I don't care about no compliments. I don't care about, I don't know, like whatever, you know, you guys think about work or anything like that. This fragrance here will put you on the connoisseur type of level, you know, sort of like somebody with some complex taste, something that, you know, once people smell around you, they know is different, they know is complex. Most importantly, this is for the wearer too. I mean, this is just for you guys. I mean, for me, when I spray this, it's all about me. I don't think about anybody else whenever I spray Chypre Palatin. I just enjoy it. And sometimes I don't even go out. I'll spray this and I'm indoors, okay? Just to enjoy the palaces, you know, just to enjoy the long stages of Chypre Palatin. This really works for me, especially during these times where I'm indoors. Something that I can wear indoors that really, I know that I'm wearing like a 10 out of 10 type fragrance. And hopefully this will work for you guys too, okay? And like I said, this comes in this. Then they got the big bottle. Big bottle is absolutely worth it. If you haven't gotten your Chypre for 2020, winter, and maybe Chypre Amber, amber type scent. If you haven't, guys, look into this one, Chypre Palatin. I mean, even if you're blind by it, you can't go wrong with this one. This is definitely one of the best. Okay, so that is it. That is my review on Chypre Palatin by Parfums Mdci. Let me know in the comments if this is a 10 out of 10 fragrance for you guys. For those that own it or have tried it, what do you guys think of Chypre Palatin by Mdci? Let me know in the comments. I would love to know. For me, like I said, this is the best time to talk about it. Really, really wonderful, complex, but like I said, it is not super complex. It's like a complex intro, but then as it goes on, it's real smooth, and then literally, guys, you can take it in. Chypre Palatin is really one of my loves for this season, guys. Okay, so make sure you guys watch the other videos for my fall winter playlist, and do not forget to like and subscribe to my videos, guys. Really helps the channel when you watch them, you share them, and the comments, I really read every single one of them. Thank you so much. And of course, thank you for watching the ads as well, because again, it does help the channel in a big way. Okay, and again, happy holidays to you guys. I will see you guys on the next video. Again, this is Troy D. God bless. Take care.